What's up guys, Daniel Walton here. In this video, I'm gonna jump right into things. Over the last year, I've scaled 4 businesses to a 7-figure monthly rate. And we've actually had one client that has achieved a 9-figure rate. Of course, all of these clients profitably. So in this video, I'm gonna break down everything that you need to have in place for your high ticket offer in order to scale it to a $1 million monthly run rate. All the things that we're going to cover in this video are the exact things that you need to have in place and we require to have in place if we're going to work with a client. Many of these things we can build out ourselves, and these are things that we also provide when working with us. But if you're going to do this on your own, make sure to pay attention, take some notes, and then make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. If there's any value that you got from this video, that's going to tell me to continue putting out this type of content. And what I'd love from you is drop some of your comments in. I have a lot of information. I would love to answer some of your questions. So drop some of your questions in the comments. I'll answer those in upcoming videos. So let's dive right in. We're going to cover how to scale your high ticket offer. Now, who is this going to be good for? So this is going to be good for course creators, coaches, cash-based, health services, and anybody who's selling anything with an LTV or AOV of $1,000 or more. Now, for those of you that might not know LTV, lifetime value of a customer. Why do I say LTV or AOV? Well, it depends because I know there are some offers out there that are recurring. You might have a course that you charge, $199 a month for. You might have a program that you charge $300 a month for. And that person who buys that client of yours might stay with you for 6, 12, 24 months. So if your monthly rate is $300 per month and they stay with you for six months, that's an $1,800 LTV. This is the exact type of funnel that you'd be wanting for some of that. Now, if you do have lower ticket monthly offers like that, anything below pretty much $1,000, these are the strategies you're going to apply. But I would really recommend developing a high ticket funnel where you can sell, instead of that $300 per month offer for 6 months, develop an offer where you can sell them maybe a $2,000 offer and they get 6 months of access. Why is that? Because now you can monetize your ads so much more. Now, before I digress a little bit, let's get back into where we're at. So how to scale your high ticket offer is going to apply for course creators, coaches, cash-based health services, or anything with LTV or AOV of 1K or more. AOV stands for average order value. So in that case, if you switched up your pricing from a $300 per month to an $1,800 one-time fee, that would immediately change your AOV from an average of $300 to an average of $1,800. Now, it might not change your LTV at all, but it does change the AOV, which is going to be very important for understanding how much money you can spend on ads. The most important thing with scaling a high ticket offer is going to have a funnel. Now, for those of you that don't understand what a funnel is, it's simply just a landing page. There's tons of softwares out there. The one that I recommend using is GoHighLevel. This is going to be great because it's all in one platform. Your sales team is going to like this. Now, there might be some better sales CRMs out there, but the reason your sales team is going to like this is because there's going to be a lot of data. It directly is incorporated into your marketing automations. So a funnel, there's GoHighLevel. There's ClickFunnels. You can build this on any web builder. You do not need to overcomplicate this. What you need is to be able to edit this very rapidly at scale. We do all of this for all of our clients. So if you ever work with us, you don't have to worry about anything marketing related. We do all of it, from the funnel build outs, the CRM build outs, everything. And if you're not very skilled at this, I would highly recommend you paying an expert, because when you're really dialing in the first 2 to 3 months of your offer, it might take 2 to 3 months to dial in your funnel, dial in your landing pages. And it is a very important step. You need somebody who can turn around different landing pages, split test different landing pages at scale. Now, once you find that winning landing page, you could scale that single funnel and landing page to $500,000, $1 million a month by itself. So it's very, important to invest in the right resources and having those. Aside from a funnel, you're going to need a VSL. Now this is going to go on your funnel, and there's two main types of VSLs. There's DSLs and there is your, VSLs. Now a DSL is just going to be pretty much a PowerPoint presentation. And these actually are great for a lot of really high earners, because they don't want to spend 20 minutes watching a VSL. A VSL is just a video presentation. It stands for a video sales letter. So having a VSL is going to be very important. Now, the one thing with your VSL is it has to be very direct to exactly who your audience is. When you do this, you might actually write your first VSL. We write our VSL scripts for our clients. And then you might start running some ads, and you might have maybe a couple different variations of ads that you're testing. Who do I want? Do I want men or women or this or that? Whatever those audiences are that you're targeting. And you might find one that responds very well to the ads. You might need to have multiple variations of your VSL, and you might split test and find that one performs better than another one. And you're going to want to do this. So it's not going to be one VSL you done and then you never have to worry about it. Although that does happen. We've had clients, we write one time, boom, it's good. That's converting. We see better improvements. Now, what the VSL is going to do is it's going to educate your audience. The purpose of it is to educate the prospects. You're going to start off with a good hook, which is going to be who you are, who you help. Who you are, who you help, and then how you've done it before. Additionally, what they need to do next. So these are going to be the main components: who you are, who you help, how you did it before, and then what they need to do. So, hey guys, my name's Daniel. I'm a digital strategist. I help businesses scale to 7-figure months. Now, in case you're wondering, how can I make such a bold claim? In the last 4 years, or in the last year, I've helped 4 businesses achieve a 7-figure run rate. Here's what I do. I build out landing pages, custom CRMs, all these different things that I do. And these are the types of people generally that I help. If you want to get help from somebody like myself, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to fill out the application. The link is below. And then here's the next steps of what we do after that. So simply just explaining the process of who you help, how you've helped people before, and what they need to do in order for them to get your help. So that's the main purpose of the VSL, to educate the prospects. And this is going to reduce sales resistance. Your sales team is going to notice a significant improvement. I used to actually, when I was, new to marketing, I would just spin up a lead form because it was easy. You can scale it. You just need you need a really good sales team. They're going to have to spend a lot more time talking, because a landing page with a VSL, that VSL could be 10, 15, 20 minutes long. When people watch 20 minutes of your video, they know what they know what you do. That's 20 minutes less of a conversation that you have to have with them, or your sales team has to have with them. So it's very important. Additionally, the AI is going to scan your VSL. And this is going to help improve your ads. All right, so you got the funnel. You've got a VSL, which is going to be on the funnel. There might be multiple variations. You also might have multiple VSLs. So you might have multiple VSLs, meaning, let's say you have a 3-step funnel. You might have a lead VSL, a book VSL, and a pre-call VSL. What you can do with this is, between these 3, you might get 30 minutes of watch time That's a lot of watch time. This person is going to know exactly who you are, who you help, how you've done it before. Do you think that person who watched all 30 minutes is going to be a lot more likely to convert on your offer, whatever it is that you're doing? Absolutely. And your sales team, if you don't have a VSL in place and you write a good VSL that's engaging, you're going to see, they're going to see a noticeable difference in the quality of the conversations. Generally, with the right ads, the right VSL, the right landing page, when all of the marketing's dialed in, salespeople it's going to be more of a logistics. Hey, what do I need to do? How soon can I get started? Everything. They already know the price. We put the VSL, you're going to want to put the VSL in the price as well. So that was the other thing. Multiple variations, hook, who you are, what they do. And then, yeah, you'll want to make sure to put the price in. If it's over $1,000, actually, I would just put the price no matter what. Always put the price. People want to know how much things are. Like, do you want to know something? Do you want to not know how much something is? No, everybody wants to know. Doesn't matter how much it is, especially if you're selling a high ticket thing. Don't you think it would be nice to know if you were selling something and you were interested in something, for example, working with me? Our retainers range between $5,000 to $10,000 per month. That's going to depend on what we have to do. How much content we're producing is pretty much the main thing. Are we adding on some additional services like Google ads or influencer marketing? Those things are going to cost more money. So that's going to be closer to the $10,000 range. But our services cost between $5,000 to $10,000 per month. Don't you think somebody would want to know that? I know I would want to know that if I was looking at hiring a marketing partner, or maybe a sales coach, or if I was going to hire somebody to come in and with ops to work on my business. I would want to know in advance, hey, look, I charge $35,000. I'm going to work with you for the next 3 months and we're going to do these things. I want to know that up front. By doing it up front, you're also going to weed out a lot of people that aren't in that position to buy. By doing that, now we have better data because all of these actions that are happening are going back to the platform, going back to Facebook, and we can continue to just put anybody through that has no clue about the price. If we don't put the price up front, anybody's going to go through, and then people are going to show up and they're going to hop on the call with your sales team. They're going to be like, it's $5,000. That's a lot of money. I don't have that. Or if you put the price up front, you get all the fucking brokies out. Now what happens is people come in, I know it's $5,000. I'm ready to move forward. I just had a few quick questions. You answered them. Thank you so much. Let's go. Now that quality of lead and prospect is so much better, and we're able to feed that data back. Instead of getting good and bad, we're only getting good people through. So the VSL, very important to put the price in the VSL. Component number 3, you need a CRM. And the components of a CRM, generally it's going to just be where all the leads go. There are some unique CRMs that are just CRM specific, but as I said, I highly recommend GoHighLevel because it's a CRM, it's a landing page, it's got calendars, so you don't need an app like Calendly. It's got full automations. It's got a phone number for calling and texting. And I think the reason I like it the most is it shows the entire journey of the prospect. What do I mean by that? Well, I can see if you viewed a page that I built. So if I build a landing page here, I can see how many times you viewed it. Maybe I have 5 landing pages. One is for a lead magnet. One might be a VSL. One might be an older offer that I was running. And I can see that you viewed it all these times. I can also see you booked a call 3 months ago. I can also see that John, our sales rep, didn't do his job and didn't call the leads. So for me as a business owner who understands sales, who understands marketing, it's extremely important to me that we have these measures in place to be able to see, is it a sales or marketing issue? You're going to have 2 issues. That's it. You have a sales, your business is very simple. you have a sales or you're going to have a marketing issue. So I highly recommend GoHighLevel. It's very affordable. I would say GoHighLevel is a B plus in everything that it offers. Now that's great. You can get to $1 million a month with GoHighLevel. Do not overcomplicate it, because there's a lot of expensive tools out there like Salesforce, like Hubstaff, Calendly, Typeform. All these things can add up, and now you might have a crazy tech stack of thousands of dollars per month when you can use GoHighLevel and it only costs $97 per month. If you want a little bit more advanced feature with the agency model, that I believe is $197 per month, or it might be $297 per month. And then we build this out. If you ever decide to stop working with us, we give it to you, and we license it to you for only $149 a month. Now, you're going to need a CRM. I'm not going to break down all the other CRMs, but I can tell you I've heard really good things about close.io. That one's really good. I've heard very mixed reviews about Salesforce. Some people that I know how to make money on the internet hate it, and I know there's a lot of people that use it and like it. So I can't say A or nay because I haven't worked on it. And there's a bunch out there, but GoHighLevel, best bang for the buck if you're not at $1 million. And the nice thing too, if you are health business, it is HIPAA compliant. So the compliance aspect of GoHighLevel is great. Number 4, you're going to need a copywriter. Now, this is not something you're going to need full time. You're going to need this one time. I would probably, if you're not good at copywriting, I would probably hire a freelancer. Or if you're pretty good at understanding what good copy is and you trust yourself, you can use AI. If you're going to write copy, Claude AI is the best. It's like, how I can describe it is what ChatGPT did as far as AI, it just changed business. Claude AI is that next level up in AI. It is so much better than ChatGPT, especially for copywriting. You can write really good copy with Claude AI. It asks all the right questions. It knows what to do. Highly recommend Claude AI. Now, the only thing with Claude, it has this annoying use limit, which is so frustrating, because you buy the premium and it still has a use limit, which I don't understand. That I'm like, just charge me more money. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm paying. How do I just not have these usage limits? It's kind of frustrating. So I use ChatGPT to kind of feed it massive amounts of data first. I then have it summarize all that data, and then I take that summary and pump that into Claude. And that's how our team uses Claude, because otherwise it says come back in 5 hours. Like, who the fuck wants to come back in 5 hours? I told myself I'm going to finish this copywriting today or right now in this moment. So that's how you're going to do it. Copywriter, just hire a freelancer if you can. If not, use AI. A good freelancer will be using AI. They're going to leverage it so they can do more output, higher volume, but they're still going to go through and clean it up. And if you don't know where to hire a freelancer, you can go to Fiverr or Upwork. Do not skimp on a good copywriter. A good copywriter might cost you probably low end $1,500 to do, a couple projects, maybe up to $4,000 to retain them for a month. Now, this is also, obviously there's only so much output. You say, I need you to write me 300 emails, build a landing page, write a VSL, write 3 VSLs. They're going to charge a different rate, but I would say minimum look to expend about $1,500 to $4,500 on a good copywriter, and you might only get 1 VSL with that. But when you think of $1 million a month is a $5,000 investment, to have a good copywriter worth it. Absolutely. Number 5, you're going to need good ads and content, especially if you're selling a biz op, a course, anything that is expensive. Content is going to be so important. Ads are important, but the content aspect is going to make your ads convert so much better. So build out your social media presence, have good ad strategy. And we do all of this. We work with you. We do all of this for you. You know, we have some clients that they're terrible on camera, that I would never put any of their content on their social media page. So what do? We use influencers and UGC creators. And this really helps build social proof. These are social platforms. You don't think that somebody, when they see an ad, they're just going to click and sign up and give you all this money without like checking your page, maybe Googling you. Probably how you guys got to this video right now is you probably saw one of my ads first and said, who's Daniel Walton? Or search my name, or search my business. And then YouTube came up. So people do that. You need content. I would highly recommend you doing at minimum social media content. If you can do YouTube long form content, it's all going to fuel and it's going to make everything better. We give you guys all the content ideas. We script you guys, work through that all with you. The other thing you're going to need, number 6, is going to be a sales team. Sales, this is one of the most important parts of hitting $1 million month. Unless you have a subscription model where you don't need a sales team and they don't talk to anybody, that's going to be probably like a, you know, $299, $399, something under like $500 a month. At $500 a month or more, that's going to be when it probably would be valuable to bring in a sales team. But even at a low monthly rate, a good sales team is going to be helpful because you're going to pick up a lot more deals. Even if you're able to get that capture that payment, a sales team will pick up a lot. Let's say we get 1,000 leads and marketing converts anywhere from 10 to 15% of those. Well, what about the other 90 to or 85 to 90%? Well, the sales team can reach out to all those and see about closing those. So sales team absolutely needed. To get to $1 million a month, you're going to need to do step number 7, which is doing the math. And this is, I'm skipping ahead to this step right now because a lot of people don't know how big of a sales team they need. So how to figure out how big your sales team is you go to step 7 here, which is do the math. So let's say you have a $200 cost per call. For this instance, we're using that as a cost per call, not cost per click. $200 cost per call, and a closer can take 5 calls per day. You're going to do the math. You're going to have to spend $1,000 a day in ads to get one closer a full calendar. If he works 5 days a week, that's going to be minimum $20,000 in advertising per month that you're going to need to spend to get one closer a full calendar. Well, is that going to get you to $1 million a month? I don't know. We haven't finished the math yet. So based off these numbers, if you have, let's say your package is a $10,000 package and he closes, or she, whoever your closer is, if they close at 20% of the calls, which is pretty standard, that's the baseline KPI that we have. Anything less than that, I'm telling my closer, look, you need to get up or we're going to get somebody that will get up. They're going to get fired. They're on fast track to either getting fired or they're new and they're scaling up. So 20% close per call, not close per offer, meaning let's say they have 10 calls in a week, just for numbers sake, and they made 9 offers. Well, one person wasn't qualified. They just somehow got on there and they weren't the right person. So there's 2 things you'll measure as a sales manager: the close per call, which would be based off the 10, even though only 9 were qualified, and then the close per offer or per qualified call. We track both of those, per offer, per qualified call. Now we can see, is there a close rate issue? You're getting people on the calendar. You need to be closing. You can't just put all the effort on marketing. Salespeople like to blame marketing, but you have to track the close per call and then the close per offer and close per qualified call. Those are all going to be data that you get, which allow us to optimize our marketing. Now I digressed a little bit, so let's go back to doing the math. $200 per call, 5 calls a day, $10,000 package, and they close one every 5. They close at a 20%, which is 1 out of 5. So that means every day they generate $10,000 in revenue. They close their calendar's open 5 days a week. So that means 10,000 times 20. That's going to be $200,000 per month per closer. So that is how you calculate how big your sales team is. You do the math, which is also one of the most important components of hitting your 7-figure month. You have to do the math. It's not hard, just doing math. So now with all the math that we've done, we've figured out, we know our cost per call. We know how many calls a closer can have. We know their close rate per call. We know that they generate 5 calls. One of those closes per day. They generate $10,000. That's $200,000 per closer. And you want to get to $1 million per month over 200K. Well, you need 5 closers. But I would probably give it 6 because do you want to just hit $1 million a month or do you want to go beyond it? I want to go beyond it. I want to ensure that I'm fucking hitting that number. So that's how you do the math on your offer. And this is where you will go. So if you're doing the calls yourself, one of the first things you need to do is get out of that position. You need to build a demo deck, do whatever you need to do to hire a salesperson so that you can buy back your time. Now you can start really working on your business. And that's how you're going to get there. And then the last thing, which is going to be, I would argue, the single most important component of it, is a marketing strategist. That's somebody like myself who can call all the plays. Also might be called a CMO. They're going to be able to look at everything that's going on and they're going to fix the biggest issue that's holding you back. For example, I had a client actually, they had about $175 acquisition costs. Their LTV is about $2,400, so pretty healthy margins. And they came to me and I said, those are great numbers. Like, why not just spend more money? I don't think you guys need me. They're like, we actually can't. I'm like, that's why. Like, that's a good number. And they're like, well, we have a show rate issue. Nobody's showing to our appointments. Like, oh, okay. Well, what's your show rate? They were at like 10%, sometimes as high as 20%. In really bad months, as low as 5%. That's terrible show rate. So I knew the problem I had to solve was the show rate issue. What was the issue? And we went into their CRM. It was a mess. They paid me 15 grand to go in, clean everything up. I worked with their marketing team. They have a marketing team. I got them on how to set up their CRM properly, how to set everything up. We got them up to a 60% show rate. Just by hiring me, they were able to add an extra $200,000 in revenue by adding no additional expenses other than my cost. So a strategist is going to look at everything. They're not just a media buyer. They've spent time doing media buying. And your strategist needs to have a good understanding of the sales process. This is where it's really hard. Because most strategists can only solve marketing problems. But for you, you're not just a marketing business. Now, an e-commerce business will be. So that's where, if you're an e-commerce business, a marketing strategist is all you need. They don't need to know anything about sales. But when you're selling high ticket offers, you need somebody who understands the sales process and can pull back all the issues, unravel everything and say, we don't have a marketing issue. We have a sales issue. These leads aren't being called in a timely manner. For example, one of my clients, we fired them, but they were like, we call all the leads on Friday. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? No wonder they're not answering. You're waiting till Friday to call somebody who wanted to pay you money? So you need somebody who understands sales, who understands what the sales KPIs are, who can do that if you're a high ticket offer that requires scheduling an appointment to purchase. If you have a synchronous model, you need that. Now, an e-commerce business is asynchronous, meaning they don't need to talk to a salesperson to purchase. They just press a button. That's where a marketing strategist doesn't need to understand sales at all. And most marketing strategists, I would argue, would probably fall into that category. But in this case, you're going to need a marketing strategist for your high ticket offer that understands sales, because you are a sales and marketing organization. An e-commerce business is strictly a marketing organization. There's no sales agents involved. So those are the 8 components of everything you're going to need to scale your high ticket offer. So a funnel and landing page, I recommend using GoHighLevel because that can also be your CRM. So the funnel, simply just landing pages. And it might be 2 steps, it might be 3 steps. You might have many steps. I'm working on an info product where we have a low ticket offer, we have a mid ticket offer, and we have a high ticket offer. And we have, I want to say like 5 or 6 VSLs for the complete funnel. Yours might not be that advanced. Probably shouldn't be. I would just focus on 1 funnel, 1 high ticket offer, at most three steps. You're gonna have a VSL. You might have up to 3 VSLs technically. You're gonna have your main one, which is what most of traffic goes to. You're gonna want a pre-call one, and then you might have one more in between. You can do a DSL, which is just a presentation. You're gonna need your CRM. Like I said, GoHighLevel is what I'd recommend. You're gonna need a copywriter. You're gonna need ads and content. A sales team, one of the most important things. Sales, ads, doing the math before getting started, and then a marketing strategist. With a good marketing strategist, a good sales team, and good ads, you can piece all of this together. And that's what we provide. We do all of this stuff and even more. We do whatever's needed. Some people are like, oh, should we set up a weekly call? I'm like, no, I'm gonna talk with you every single day until you're printing money. I want you to make money. I don't want to wait till next week to solve a problem. We're gonna solve problems right now. I want to move quick. My team moves fast. We solve problems within 24 to 48 hours at the most, because my income's dependent on it. We take a rev share of the business, so I want to move quick. And if my client doesn't move quick enough, doesn't have things in place, I'll just cancel the contract, refund the money, and we stop working with them, because I'm not trying to get a retainer. I want to make $50,000, $100,000 a month off of your offer, because I've made you $500,000 to $1 million a month, and you'd be happy to cut me that check. So if you want to work with me or apply to work with me, make sure to click the link. And if you like this video, as you can tell, I'm very passionate. Make sure to like and subscribe, and drop some questions in the comments. I would love to know what you guys think about this, and what questions you have. I'll answer these in upcoming videos.